All right, so let's move along here. So we are broadcasting live right now on Facebook and on Periscope. So I will try to see all the comments, and it may or may not happen. So we'll just see what happens. But let me introduce myself super fast. My name is Leslie Nance. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist, a certified holistic cancer coach. If you're watching on Periscope, you know me from Lunch with Leslie. Gosh, that's been like, you guys, it's been like 2.5 years since I did a Lunch with Leslie episode. You know, my crazy husband, we had Fork It Over Radio. So on Tuesday nights on Facebook, and which we're live on right now as well, I do these talks called the Cancer Coach Talks. And the program that I use, which is StreamYard, which is amazeballs, they have the option to live Periscope. So I thought, why the heck not? Let's do this. So hi, Carol. It's good to see you. Thank you, everybody that is here. The comments are going too fast for me to try to keep up with. So I'm just going to get right down to my topic tonight. So coming on here, most everything I'm going to be sharing is going to be specific to a cancer journey or to a health journey. So if that interests you, then you're in the right place. Tonight, we're going to do alignment of energy because I think right now, well, I don't think, whatever, I like totes know that right now the energy in the world is oppressed. We are suffering worldwide as a planet, as humanity, through an oppression. And it's not anything that we have specifically done as human beings, or that the planet has done. It is that it's a cycle of time, a cycle and a place in time where this oppression starts. And so it's really hard to know where you should direct your energy. And when we are dealing with an active cancer diagnosis, it becomes even more difficult. So if you do not have active cancer, and I know some of you do, but if you do not, I want you to put yourself in this place in time that you have all of this oppression, this oppressive energy, this negative energy in our planet, and you are dealing with active cancer, and you're just dealing with like normal life. I mean, how much of that is relative to where you need to be placing and spending your energy? And so tonight, I just wanted to do an alignment around that idea. So I have a saying. It's my mantra, if you will. It's what I say to myself every single day before I come on live broadcast, before I talk to a client, before I talk to a potential client. I say, please let me be light into darkness and never darkness into light. And so I want you to hear me what I'm saying. Please let me be light into darkness and never darkness into light. So let me give you some examples of that. So first, let's start light into darkness. Coming here, sharing with you guys from my heart, sharing with you what I know about the body's capabilities of healing, sharing what I know about cancer not being your destiny, sharing what I know about how to help and promote healing in the body. That is being light into darkness. You would agree with me, right? However, if I went on to, and I have to tell you this morning, specifically this morning, there was a practitioner on Facebook Live who I do not follow, but they were popped up on my newsfeed. And funny that I was just talking with somebody about this person, and I won't tell you who it is because it doesn't even matter. But I do not like the way that they talk about health and wellness and well-being. It actually complicates something that is not that complicated. They actually talk about it in a way that makes simple human biology, and our biology is not simple, but also you can get really dramatic about it and make people feel like if they don't follow this specific protocol that they're going to die, right? That cancer is going to kill them. And it really frustrates the shit out of me when I see it. And so it popped up on my newsfeed today, and everything inside of me wanted to go to that broadcast and be darkness. I wanted to give them a piece of my mind. I wanted to say, what are you teaching people? How in the world do you think that what you're saying is benefiting anyone? And this is a well-respected person, by the way. And everything inside of me wanted to go be darkness in that situation. And what I realized very quickly, in a very quick attunement, tuning into my mantra, being light into darkness instead of darkness into light. Now, I could almost justify, Anne-Marie, it was you and I that were having this conversation, by the way. You're the one who spurred what I'm talking about right now. Hi, Anne-Marie, it's good to see you. But hi, Melissa, it's good to see you. But what I am, what happened is in that moment, I went right back to my alignment and my mindset and said, your mantra is to not be dark into light. And what I had to realize in that second and in that moment, that this person means well. They mean well in what they're doing. They mean well in their theories. Now, are they harming people? I don't know. Is it my place to go in there and make people feel bad about something or a belief system that they have in their health? Probably not. So I let it go so that I am not dark into light. That is not my job. My job is to be light. Now, some of you may be going, well, if he's sharing darkness, he's not sharing darkness. He's just sharing something I don't agree with. Now, how many of you have seen a political post of somebody that you love or someone that you respect, and it doesn't agree with your opinion, and you went and argued with them on social media, and it harmed your friendship or your relationship with this person? This is bringing darkness. And what it does is it sucks your healing energy right out of you. I know a lot of us are really frustrated with how things are going right now in the world. 2020, a lot of people are like, 2020, this is like the worst year ever. It has been pretty bad. I've lost one of the most important people in my life in 2020. I have another one that's sick in the hospital right now fighting for her life. The two matriarchs on each side of my family, one died a couple of weeks ago, my Nana, or about a month ago, and my Aunt Pat, who is the matriarch. You guys you've heard me talk about my Aunt Pat's chocolate cake before, right? She's fighting for her life right now. 2020's been really difficult. But I don't let it suck my energy out. I place my energy in the places that feed me, in the places that gives me light, that gives me energy. If I don't agree with you on a political post, there's not a single one of you here that knows where I stand politically, and it's none of your business. But if I see a political post that frustrates me, I have a choice to go comment and argue and be darkness, or to keep my freaking mouth shut and use my right to vote. Right? You don't, actually. There's nobody here that does. So I use my energy to propel me forward. I don't let this oppressive energy, I feel it too, you guys. I feel it. It's hard. It sits on my shoulders. I'm watching people suffer through. I'm watching people lose family and friends. I'm watching people lose their jobs. I'm watching more and more and more people getting diagnosed with cancer because of the stress of the environment that we're living through right now. But I am here to tell you, you have a choice of where you place your energy. You get to pick your battles. You get to say, What feeds you and what's robbing you? Right? You have that choice. You have that opportunity. Stress is actually the #1 cause of cancer, just so you know. Stress is debilitating in the body. It blocks healing. It blocks the pathways to allowing your body to do what it does naturally. Your body is designed for healing. And when you sit in an idea, when you toil with something that you cannot control, you can't control what's happening in the world right now. You can't control most of it. Yes, you can vote. Yes, yes, you can protect yourself as much as possible from corona or from whatever. But there are a lot of things that we can't control. But we allow it to rob us of our energy. And that doesn't mean that you're desensitized and that you don't care about it and you don't pray about it. But what it means is that you're not worrying about it, that you're not sitting, toiling, wringing your hands. Oh my gosh, what happens next? You don't allow the drama of it to infiltrate you. Again, I have an aunt who is fighting for her life right now. She's the matriarch of our family, and she is fighting for her life. And yes, I am sad about it. And yes, I want her to get well. And no, I do not want her to die. But right now, the only thing I can control is my emotions around it and the energy that I send it. That's the only thing that I can control. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I literally took on this enormous amount of negative energy in my life for the first time in my life. You can ask, most of you know my story that are here. And I took on this enormous amount of energy in my life, negative energy. And for the first time in my life, I felt something that I never felt before, ever, ever, ever. I felt like I was going to die. And I felt like that that the cancer diagnosis was stealing every ounce of energy that I had. And that eventually all that energy would drain right out of my body and I would die. And had I stayed in that path, had I stayed on that journey, it would have happened. It would have killed me. Now, my cancer had the potential to kill me anyway. But had I stayed in that mindset, it would have definitely killed me. And I wouldn't be here with you today. I'm not supposed to be here anyway. Fooled ya. Too bad for you guys. I see a lot of familiar faces. Hello, everyone. I know it's been a long time. Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Central Time. I will probably broadcast live, even with the trolls. Did you know that I had totally forgotten about the trolls on Periscope? If you guys are wondering, I'm broadcasting live on Periscope and Facebook right now through one app. It's called StreamYard. And I had totally forgotten about the trolls. I don't know what I thought was going to happen. Like they weren't going to show up or something. I don't even know what happened. But anyway, but just totally forgot about it. And now I realize that I'm going to get trolled even harder because I'm talking about a tough subject, right? We're not just in the kitchen, like cooking things up. We're talking about cancer. So there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of opinions and you're going to get frustrated by them. They are a perfect example of this, right? They are a perfect example that you're going to get frustrated by their comments and you're going to be like, you don't know Leslie. You're stupid. You don't know Leslie. You don't know this. And I'm going to get frustrated by them, but I'm not going to give them any of my energy. I'm not going to let them rob me of my message because they want to be disruptive, right? They'll just get bored and move on. I think I was pretty good at that before too, but I just totally forgot about the trolls coming in. So It's just funny as can be. I don't even think I can do that Dina D on here because I'm using an app. I'm not actually broadcasting from the Periscope app. I'm using a different app. So anyway, but where you direct your energy is your game. That's where you get to use your superpowers. And if you're spending it on social media, fighting everybody that you think disagrees with you about whatever it is, health, wellness, the weather, politics, corona, whatever it is, if you're offended by every little thing that comes around, then your energy is just being sucked out of you. It's literally like a big straw sucking energy out of you. But if instead you decide that you are going to be light and you're going to allow people to have their opinions and you're going to allow people to, to live their life the way that they feel is right, then you have an opportunity to not let that rob you. That's very difficult for me. I have a hard time with that. I love to tell people when they're wrong. That's supposed to be funny, by the way. Oh, goodness. Give the energy that a subject deserves in your life. The serenity prayer. Please help me accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Right? The wisdom to know the difference. What if you redirected your outrage at something you can control? What if you were outraged about needing to fix your own diet, about needing to spend more time in meditation, about needing to read more books and turning off the TV? What if you were outraged about, what if you were so outraged about the political environment that you decided to volunteer for your side of the game or for a bipartisan? What if you were so outraged, instead of just bitching and moaning about it, you actually did something about it? Do you know that my clients get so outraged by what is happening to them that they're diligent about finding healing pathways to help them heal? That's how they contact me in the first place. They're so outraged by what is happening to them. I need to fix this. They're willing to take action to do something different. Redirect your energy. And if you can't fix it and there's nothing you can do about it, then you need to learn to let go of it and not let it suck you down and not let it suck your energy out of you. Right? Human beings have a host of negative emotions and positive emotions. We all are capable of feeling that whole range of emotions, negative and positive. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I always talk about that we are not just made to have positive emotions, right? We're not made to, be Pollyanna skipping around with our picnic basket every day going, oh, the world's great. Everything's great. Nothing's wrong. Everything's wonderful. No, you're made to feel anger. You're made to feel frustration. You are designed to feel sadness. You are designed to feel outrage. You're designed to feel guilt. You're designed to feel sadness. You're designed to feel these negative emotions. We're designed to feel them, but it's the balance of the positive emotions in our lives that a lot of us are missing. And we think to be well or to be healed, that we have to stay positive. People say this to me all the time. I'm being really positive. Really? Are you addressing the negative emotions that you have about cancer? I'm going to tell on Kathy. Kathy's here with us tonight on Facebook. Kathy's one of my clients, and Kathy's my favorite at being pissed at her cancer. She's like, why is this happening to me, Leslie? Why am I? And she gets so outraged that instead of being like stuck in that madness and being stuck in that anger, she figures a way how to solve the problem that she's having in the moment. She lets it drive her to the next point in her journey where she can start to experience. Sorry, I hit my mic and that's really loud sometimes, I know. But she starts to experience positive emotions. You're not made to feel just one emotion or the other, happy or sad. You're made to feel the whole range, and they're meant to keep you in balance. We could never know light unless we had some dark. But light always penetrates that dark. Darkness can't penetrate the light, vice versa. And so you have to allow yourself to fully feel the emotion so that you can figure out how to deal with it and how to work through it. What if you directed your outrage at something that you could control? What if you directed your sadness at something you could control? Your depression, your anger, your fear. What if you use that negative energy that you may be feeling, even that oppression that I talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, and used it for and used it to propel you towards a solution? Most of us actually find who we are in the trouble of day-to-day life. When challenges arise, that's usually when a human being will start to shine if we allow ourselves. But if we get stuck in that circle of suck all the time, then we don't. We have to allow that to happen. You have to be willing to feel sadness, but also to feel happiness, and vice versa. If you're going to feel happiness, you need to be willing to feel the sadness as well. We are a balance of those emotions. And when we're out of balance in a particular emotion, good or bad, it's draining our energy. Do you know how hard it is to stay happy-go-lucky all the time, 24 hours a day? Have you ever tried it? It's hard. It's hard and it's ridiculous. And it will drain your energy. And I always talk to my clients about having high highs and low lows, and staying out of that, keeping those emotions balanced, keeping the mindset balanced. I'm not saying that you can't be sad or that you can't be angry, but I'm also saying you need to be willing to feel happy. Right? If you allow it, platforms like your television, platforms like Facebook and Periscope, try not to get blocked off these apps, will drain you. They will drain you and they will suck you down. Do you know how fast, even somebody like me that operates in the light a lot? I was just telling a client today, we were talking about wrinkles, and she was like, it's hard to believe that you're 50 years old. Like, you're 50 years old, and I look at you and I think, how does she not look 50? And I was like, oh, I'm really blessed. Although I do have my wrinkles around my eyes. And I told her, I said, it's because I have a smile on my face a lot. I don't have frown lines. I have smile lines because I smile a lot, and I have my whole life. So it's just my natural tendency to be happy. I'm not a person that is naturally sad or, struggles with that even, although I do get that. But if I spend 5 minutes scrolling through the Facebook feed, I can get sad in that 5 minutes that takes me an hour or two to recover from. If I watch the news on TV, I can get sad in like 3 minutes, and it takes me a day to recover from. If I watch a movie that is sad or depressing or is scary, I am feeding my mind information. People get so hung up on what do you feed in your body? I'm a certified holistic nutritionist, which is important. You need to pay attention to what you're feeding your body. I had a whole cooking show about it for years on Periscope here. How do you think I got all these followers? It's from that cooking show. And so I had this, this amazing, idea about nutrition. But what I quickly learned that if you are not feeding the brain, your noodle, the thing that's between your ears, your noggin, your headspace, your gray matter, if you're not feeding that proper information as well, you're screwed. If you're struggling with sadness and depression and anger and anxiety and all of these things, I fully suggest that you take that app off of your phone. I'm going to get blocked. I'm going to be really careful. I suggest you take that off. It is draining you. It's not serving you. It's harming you. Now, if you only have friends and family and you all think the same way and none of them are being asses on, Facebook, then that's something different. But you know how many people are spouting their opinion? Non-professional people spouting their opinion? YouTube? Do you know how many kids have committed suicide that were YouTube stars? This is draining us. If you don't have that wherewithal to deal with that, then you need to think about spending a little less time with it. Get into the real world. Get out of the fantasy world. Form your own opinion. Stop having people tell you what your opinion is. It's draining you. This crap that's on TV, draining you. All this junk that streams all the time, it's draining you. And if you are struggling, you need to figure out what's causing that struggle and turn that shit off. I have cussed a lot tonight. I'm sorry. I'm super passionate about this, like ridiculously passionate. Last story I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to give you some resources to find me other places. But so when I was diagnosed with cancer, I was a 24-hour, some of you heard this story, just listen anyway, because it's worth repeating. I was a 24-hour news cycle junkie. It was on my phone. It was, before it was barely on my phone because phones were pretty new doing all the stuff when I was diagnosed. But it was everywhere. It was on my computer all day long. I had it running in the background all day long. Literally, the news running. We had a TV, a little TV in our shop that we paid for cable because we had an antique store. We paid for cable in the shop, and we ran the 24-hour news cycle. At home, there was a TV in every room. I had a TV in my bathroom. It was everywhere. I was never without the news. And I managed to keep my happiness even with that. But what I realized when I started on my healing journey, healing my life from cancer, Kathy, I love you, Kathy. You guys can't see it on Periscope, but Kathy says, cuss away, I love it. That's awesome. But I literally was all the time, right? I was literally all the time, leashed to this information. And what I realized when I started my healing journey was that it was really something that was keeping me in jail. It was really something where I was allowing other people's opinion to be my opinion. And I saw it as being informed. I'm informed. I could talk about any news story, anything that's happening in the world. I know all about it. And that's before all this crazy social media stuff that's going on now. And so this is back in 2012, which is not that long ago, but it is in this whole like social media, like world thing. And so, I mean, social media was around, but not like it is, not on the same level that it is now. And so, but I was fully addicted. And so what I realized very quickly was that it had made me into something that I didn't want to be. Anybody know? Anybody want to guess? Anybody want to guess what it made me into? Anybody want to type it in? But it made me, and I'll look for it as you guys type it in, but it made me into something that I knew was blocking my healing pathway. Nope. Nope, not, it didn't even make me mad. That's a good guess, but nope, that's not it. Not even negative Nancy. Nope. Nope. It made me something even worse than negative Nancy. No, Chris, it didn't make me into a Dodger fan. Nope. I'll just wait just a few more seconds. I was at a party while I'm waiting. I was at a party one night, my husband and I, Robin and I. There you go. Dina D's got it. It made me incredibly cynical. If you don't have something nice to say, come sit by me. I ate, drank, slept. Cynicism. I was good at it too. I was super good at it. Sharp tongue, fast brain. I could cut you like a Ginsu knife. Like a, what is that? What are those big, what are those things? Those Japanese swords. Anyway, whatever. I can think of a shogun. I can't get the rest of it out. But I could slice you right in two. I was fast. Samurai sword. Thank you. I was fast. I had a quick tongue, and I was sharp as a razor. And we were at a party one night, and apparently, I don't even know what the subject was, but apparently I was on quite, and this was after I was diagnosed, by the way, so keep this in mind. We were at a party one night, and there was a lot of political talk, and we used to hold debate parties, and we would hold parties in our home because we had so many TVs. So we would hold those parties, and we would hold election night parties. And anyway, and so there was this big debate going on, and at this party, and I apparently went on a tirade and on a rant, and I was just apparently I was pretty nasty about some things with people and about the topic and conspiracy theories and whatever. Can you guys believe that I was like that? I totally was. We get in the car, and I was pretty pumped up after it. I thought I did pretty good. I felt like I had just won like some massive debate or something. You know, I win. And we get in the car, and my amazing husband, who I adore and I respect so much, and we have an amazing relationship. So please don't think that he was being mean to me or that we don't have a good relationship, because that ain't the truth. He says to me, we get in the car, and he's really quiet. And I was like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, So we drive a little bit further, and I was like, "What is up?" And he pulls over to the side of the road, and he looks me right in my eyes, and he says, "What you did tonight was very unattractive." And I was embarrassed. What did I do? Like, did I have a wardrobe malfunction? Like, what happened? Did I bend over too far in my dress? What did I do? I didn't even know what I had done. And he had to tell me what I did, that I was an ass, that I was being a jerk, that I was mean to our friends, that I had gone way too far with my cynicism. And I was so mad. I was so mad. I don't think I talked to him for like 24 hours. And that never happens. I didn't argue with him. I was just mad. And what I finally realized is I wasn't mad at him. He was right. I was mad at myself. And I made a commitment in that moment to cut the cord to the 24-hour news cycle. No more news for me. I don't need to be in the know. I need to redirect my energy. I need to figure out what makes my body heal. And so I started researching, and I started reading, and I started learning. And I started watching things that contributed to my health and did not take away from my health. And what I learned was something fabulous inside of me. Something grew, something became so evident that I was not only could I heal without chemotherapy and without all the things that the doctors wanted me to do, but that I could heal my life. And that cynicism, that cynical Barbie that lived inside of me, that she could die alongside the cancer. And my entire life changed. I started becoming the woman that I always knew that I could and wanted to become, but didn't know how to get there. And it's because I made a shift of where I was directing my energy. I started directing it towards healing and taking it out of the pain and the anxiety and the stress of things that I couldn't control. I got rid of the cynicism, but only because I wasn't being fed it all day long. My brain wasn't intaking it. I changed my mental diet. And all the work and everything that you have been watching for the past 6 years evolve, from being a food blogger to having my own cooking show to leaving that process, having my own radio show with my husband, Fork It Over Radio, which I dearly miss, which we're still trying to revive, but haven't had the opportunity to because we're too busy with the any stage cancer, to becoming a certified holistic cancer coach, to watching hundreds of people heal their lives over the past 3 years that I have been coaching people one-on-one. None of that would have come about had I not switched my energy. So my challenge to you tonight is, what is your potential? When you redirect your energy, what can you achieve? Whose life are you meant to influence? What are you put here to do? How are you meant to serve? What can you turn off in your life and put somewhere else and turn on somewhere else? What are you feeding your brain? What are you feeding your heart? What are you feeding your soul? And is it feeding you, or is it robbing you? Is it starving you to your core? That is what I wanted to share with you tonight. So if you want to know more about me, you can go to anystagecancer.com. That is my website. I am a certified holistic nutritionist, a certified holistic cancer coach. I'm just going to go right here and see if this works. Tell me if this pops up on Periscope, you guys. Anystagecancer.com. I have to type it in right. Okay, I did. Right? Hey, Patty. Hi, Patty. I love you. That's my sister-in-law. Taz3232. Did it come up? Did you guys? Oh, I think you only saw it on Facebook. Darn. I don't think you get it on Periscope. Okay. That's okay. Oh, did you see it? Did it come up? Awesome. That's my website, anystagecancer.com. I know, you guys, this is our first night rolling into Periscope with this. I will be back on most Tuesday nights. At 6 p.m. Central Time for the Cancer Coach Talk. So please tune in. And thank you guys for being here tonight. It's good to be here with you. If you're watching in replay, if you're watching replay on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, wherever you're watching replay, thank you so much. From my website even, thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it so very much. If you feel in your heart that somebody could benefit from this information tonight, including yourself, hopefully, but even someone else, please do share. I appreciate appreciate it very much when you do that. It's a blessing to me and to many if you are sharing. Thank you to all my clients who are here tonight. I love you guys so much, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you. Had amazing, amazing news. I'm getting ready to write 2 stories right now that will probably be up on the blog. So you guys on Any Stage Cancer, so you can check that out. But I'm getting ready to write 2 stories. One is about my client, Mandy, who went from a walker to a Peloton in about 3.5 months. She had to walk with a walker. Now she's working out on a Peloton bicycle, like 30 minutes a day. My dog's about to bark, just so you know, because the doorbell's about to ring because I saw somebody walk up. And so that story is about to drop. And then I'm about to show you what chemo really looks like when you're taking care of yourself. Because I have a client, Janice, she sent me a before chemo and an after chemo picture. And she's like, do I look any different to you? And I was like, not at all. And so I'm going to be sharing that as well. And so I help people one-on-one through their journey, teaching them how to make their bodies an inhospitable environment to cancer and to disease. And if that's something that interests you, please make sure that you check that website out. Okay. All right, you guys, thank you so much for, I love it. I love it. Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing that with us. That's so cool. I'm going to just pop this up here real quick. Jennifer is saying, I'm going to re-listen to this again and change my mindset. I'm living in a lot of anxiety these days. There you go. Find out what helps you heal, not what keeps you sick, right? I love you too, Anne-Marie. Thank you. I know she's barking, right? Yeah. Chris is saying, get them, Penny. She's barking. There was a question up here. Let's see. I'm going to answer this question. What if the people you know don't understand healing and care more about doctors? That's a very good question, because I think that we put a lot of emphasis on, and let me just be crystal clear that when I say a holistic practitioner, I don't mean that I'm anti-medical. Most of the people I work with are using medical practices to help them heal. Okay. So they're using medical technology to help them heal. But what we're doing is we're marrying the holistic side of that, so that they have better outcomes. They recover faster between treatments. They've really developed a mindset towards healing. And so I just want to be crystal clear about that. But it's hard when you believe something more natural and somebody that you love believes something more medical. But really the bond there is that both of you probably have some validity in what is right for the situation. So if you know someone like that, I challenge you to not get into the space of like, what you're doing is going to kill you if they're using medical practices, but instead enter the space of, I can help you feel better while you are in treatments. Are you open to those ideas? I can help treatments be more effective. I mean, that's what I do personally, actually, is help treatments be more effective, to feel better during treatments and to have less long-term side effects. And then help define the path also to healing. I have a couple of clients that are in here right now on Facebook that their path to healing, they thought it was going this way, but indeed the path to healing is something completely different that they're taking. So I hope I answered your question. Dang, I hope I did. Anyway, okay. Yes. Yes. Changing your mindset. That's right. Can pull you out of the darkest rabbit holes. That's Kathy. Kathy gets out of her rabbit holes. So yeah. All right. I am literally leaving now. It's good to be here with you guys. It's good to be here on Periscope. It's good to be here on Facebook. This is such a great tool. Thank you to StreamYard for providing something for me that allows me to cross many platforms with one piece of content. It's so amazing. And I walk in so much gratitude for these types of things. Even though I hate technology, I also love it because it lets me connect with you guys here. So yes. Oh, I love that. I love it. Love it. That's right. Patty's saying better mindset and fast equals faster healing. That's absolutely right. Kathy's saying, I was there last week. Leslie redirected me to my meditation and healing contract. I love it. Oh, I love that you call it a healing contract. That's pretty amazing, right? Love, love, love it. Yes, StreamYard is amazing, isn't it, Chris? Yeah. Okay. I am out. You guys have a great evening. Hopefully, if you want to connect, you'll find a way to do that through the website that I've posted here in the comments. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good evening. And don't forget that one important thing, and that is cancer is not your destiny. Love you guys. Bye. See ya.